Hello everyone, this is Whitebox here with another exciting game of Spirit Island. I'm going to keep these two-handed games rolling, and this time I'm going to stick with Jagged Earth Spirits. Again, been having great fun with the digital version, but it doesn't have these spirits, so when I get the actual board game out, it's nice to revisit them. This time I'm going to be playing Finders of Paths Unseen, supported with Volcano Looming High. And Finder, I think, is one of the few spirits that I don't have on any of my channel games yet, so it's good to kind of showcase that. I'll be the first to admit that I'm not particularly great at Finder, so we'll see how this goes. My goal is mostly going to be moving stuff into position for Volcano to erupt and destroy it. And that's going to be challenging because I'm going up against the Habsburg Monarchy, and their far-flung herds are going to be moving around the map, making it difficult for me to see and figure out where to go. So this should be a nice, fun game against Habsburg 4. So I got everything set up except for my initial exploration. So let me flip that. And my initial exploration is going to be in sands. So go ahead and pull some of these over. Now, I have beaten Habsburg 4 before, but only once or twice. Habsburg, I think, is my least played adversary right now, so it should be interesting. So I'm good to go ahead and get started and try to figure out what I'm going to do. So I want to try to deal with these sands, and knowing that they're going to do a double build in here, if I can stop that from building 2 towns, that's going to be really good. Everything else, can kind of deal with that later. I can even just let them blight, but this one definitely want to stop somehow. So with that said, I don't think it's worth doing a pyroclastic bombardment there just yet. But that might be the only way that I can stop that build. Let's see. No, I can do it with Finders of Paths Unseen. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Alright, so I'm probably going to be playing Aid from the Spirit Speakers just to try to move this town out of there. That's going to keep that from building 2 towns. That's going to be really important. So with that in mind, I do need to get a presence within 1 range of that land. So let's go ahead and add a presence. And I think I want the card plays as well. The more I can stop their builds and just keep them from building up just in a relentless onslaught of towns, the better it'll be. So if I can kind of push them around a bit and stop that, that'll be really good. Problem is, if I go for card plays, I won't have the energy to play Aid from the Spirit Speakers. And that's probably my only way to move these fast. Well, I can also lay paths that they cannot help but walk. So maybe that would be better. Let's see. It's a complicated spirit, so it'll take me a little while here to get this figured out. And I won't be able to get both of these, just one or the other, but that's okay, I think. Offer passage between worlds is going to be really good. So I think I'm good. Oh, I do have to worry about this one as well. Really don't want them building double towns. That's going to be very, very bad. So the more I can stop them from doing that, the better. Fortunately, I don't think that I can stop it completely. Yeah, because if they build in here, they'll have 2 towns pull one in, so they'll have 9 damage there, and that's going to trigger the loss condition. I don't want that to happen. But gotta make sacrifices somewhere. And I'm not sure which one's the best to kind of give up. Okay. So let's see. I have to get there. I don't have a lot of range with these. Okay. So let's go to... And then the special way for Finders of Paths Unseen, of course, is Open the Ways. I may make up to 2 of my lands adjacent at a time, and I can change which lands are adjacent once between actions. So that's really fun. Winding Journey. Problem is, Traveler's Boon's not going to be great this game. Sorry it's taking so long for me to decide. I'll probably cut a lot of this thinking out. Finder is tricky, and having 2 cities in there that they're going to be double building in is a challenge, because I do want to stop that from happening if I can. Although I do have an isolate, so I can kind of keep them from gathering. Okay. If I get that, it's unlikely that I will this turn. Okay. Yeah, we won't be able to do that. Okay. I'm gonna go for... top track. Gonna gain 2 energy, add a presence into this land. Yeah, we'll see if that's the right play. So add a presence into that land. There's a reason this spirit's very high complexity. And then I'm going to go with aid from the Spirit Speakers. So that'll be my play with him. Get these invaders out of there, stop that build. I'll still have to worry about it in the slow phase, but that's okay. Because I'll be able to lay paths they cannot help but walk next, and that'll be good. Yeah, so... Or I can just let it play. It's fine. Okay, cool. So that's that. Next, I'll go ahead and move on to Volcano. And I could potentially hit this with Pyroclastic Bombardment just to keep that from doing the double build, which is probably okay. But if I do that, I'm not going to be able to add 2 presents down, and that's kind of what I would like to do. Okay. I could get away with just doing 1 presence this turn, I think. It's probably fine. Okay, so yeah, let me go ahead and gain a minor power. And maybe I'm overly concerned about these Habsburg double town builds, I'm not sure. But I think stopping them is going to be pretty good. So let's see, Prowling Panthers, that's okay. Strong and Constant Currents I can't do, except here. Carapace Land. Targeting land with Beast, this power has 1 range. Defend 3. If I have 2 mountains, it's defend +3. That's not bad. And then Land of Haunts and Embers is okay. It adds a Blight, which is actually okay. 2 fear, push up to 2 towns and explorers. If target land has Blight, +2 fear, push 2 more. Okay, yeah, let me go Land of Haunts and Embers. That's pretty good. Because then I can use that and save the energy here. Okay. So I get 2 energy. I get to add a presence at a range 4, but I'm just going to do it in here to set up a sacred site. And I get +1 card play this turn. So for that +1 card play, I think I will do Land of Haunts and Embers and Lava Flows. Percy, stop that. Alright, that'll get some Badlands out and some stuff, so that'll be good. Alright, so then I move into the fast phase here. I'm going to play Aid from the Spirit Speakers on this land. It's going to do for each Dahan, which there are 2. I may move 1 invader to a land within 2 that has Dahan. I'll go ahead and move those over here. Keep them next to Volcano. And then I've got Land of Haunts and Embers, range 2. I'm going to target this land. It's 2 fear. Push up to 2 explorers or towns. I'll go ahead and push them in here. And then the land, I add a Blight there, which will be fine against Habsburg. So. Okay. And that was, let's see, 2 energy. And 2. Alright. Now I go to the invader phase. They're going to go ahead and build in sands. These 2 are empty, so they're just going to build 2. And then after the big build card shifts, they're going to go ahead and migrate. So after the normal build step, in each land matching a build card, gather 1 town from a land not matching a build card in board land order. So board land order, this one's first, land 1. It's going to gather a town. We'll gather from the mountain. This one, we'll go ahead and gather this. And then this one here, I'll go ahead and gather from the mountain, or from the coast as well. Alright, then they're going to explore in mountains, which is great. I love when they explore in mountains. Okay, now it goes to my slow powers. I'm going to add a Badlands and a Wilds using Lava Flows. And I guess I'll go ahead and do that into one of these lands. Let's do it in here. Okay, and that's my turn. I'll go ahead and discard, and then go back to growth. So back to growth now. I'm okay with these two ravaging. I'll lose a presence here unless I can move that out, but that's fine, I think. Although if I get this, I can just kind of push my own presence out, and it'll be fine. So I'll probably want to do that, and just let that ravage. Just to get some more blight on the board. And I can make it so those Tahan survive, so that's okay. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and let's see, I'm going to cost a little bit of energy for this, so let's go top track again. I'll add a presence, and I want to go to an extra card play this turn, so I'm going to add a presence at a range 1. I'll go ahead and add that over here, I think. Yeah, should be fine. And I'm going to offer passage between worlds and play, I think, the Ways of Shore and Heartland. And I gain 2 energy, so that'll pay for both those cards right away. Then with Volcano Looming High, I'm okay with this cascading. Again, just because of the way that Habsburg's escalation works, the more blight I can get on the board there early on, the better. I want to have each board with 3 blight, really, so if they cascade, that's perfectly fine. So to that end, let's see. Can you Rain of Ash, Pyroclastic Bombardment? So I could do an Eruption, but I'm not going to. I'll probably wait until next turn. I can just let some stuff go. Since this one will cascade, I don't need to let that one ravage. Could do Pyroclastic Bombardment there and clear most of it out. So that might be the way to go. I don't have any destroyed presence yet. I don't need to worry about that. Let's see, I'll have 5 energy this turn. I can go for a Rain of Ash as well. And try to push some stuff around. So I think that's what I'll do. So I'm going to come from there, and I will kind of stack these guys up. So I have a 4 stack there. Gain 2 energy. Just exchange a 3. And I will play Pyroclastic Bombardment and Rain of Ash. Okay, so with my fast powers here, I'm going to use Offer Passage Between Worlds on this land to make sure that the next time Dahan would be destroyed in target land, destroy two or fewer Dahan, so they're just not going to be destroyed. And then I also have 2 sun and 2 air, so I'm going to go ahead and push up to 1 invader, Dahan, presence, or beast. I'm going to go ahead and push a presence. I could also go ahead and push that explorer out just so they don't have that there, so I'll do that. And push that explorer in here using the first level of lay paths that they cannot help but walk. Oh, actually, I don't have the first level. No, I don't. Yeah, so I won't do that. But I do want to get my presence out of there, just so it doesn't get destroyed. So let's go ahead and throw that into there. And then I also have Close the Ways. I have the first level, so I can isolate 1 land. And I'll go ahead and isolate, let's see. What's the best land? One that I can keep from pulling lots of stuff in. That one, it's fine if that's Cascades, I'm fine with that. Okay. So let's go ahead and isolate. Let's see, it's 1 range. Okay, okay. I've got a plan here. I'll just keep this one from cascading because I don't need the 4th blight. So moving this guy instead of here to here, and then I will isolate this sands. Save myself from 2 blight being there. Okay, so that's that. Pyroclastic Bombardment's next. I'm going to go ahead and target this land. So it's going to do 1 damage to each town, city, or Dahan. So that's boom, boom, boom. It's also going to do 1 damage, so that'll kill this for a fear. Then it's got Badlands, so it'll do an extra damage, kill that. And then it will also kill the Dahan with the extra damage there. Well, that's fine. Okay. And that's it for fast powers. I'm not going to do a volcanic eruption, so I'm good. So now I go to an event. My event is Wave of Reconnaissance. I'm in stage 2, so urbanization. In each land with at least 2 towns, replace half the towns rounding up with cities. So fine, I guess. And that's the only land with 2 towns. So I will destroy that during the Ravage instead of 2 towns. It's okay, I guess. Oh, you know what? I've been forgetting about Herds Thrive in Verdant Lands. So I wouldn't have been able to kill those guys. Shoot. Yeah, because towns in lands without Blight have +2 health. So I would only do 1 damage to each and then 1 damage. I wouldn't have been able to kill him, so I apologize. Forgetting my rules for Habsburg 4. Like I said, I have not played against them very often. So that's okay. I'll go ahead and save that there, and I'll just chuck a Pyroclastic Bombardment. Such a waste to do it out here, just to prevent that build. So I might just do Exaltation of Molten Stone instead. I'll switch this real quick. Just remembering rules is important. Okay. So Exaltation of Molten Stone instead of Pyroclastic Bombardment, and I have 3 fires showing, so I can split that between Finder and Volcano. I'll give 2 energy to Volcano and 1 to Finder. And yeah, that's that. So I'm going to be able to get a power card, which is cool. Okay, so that works out. I will just let the blight happen there. It's totally fine. Okay, cool. So urbanization does replace one of these towns with a city, though, since I didn't destroy those. And now I think I'm caught up on rules. Everything should be kosher with this setup. So stricken. Invaders do not ravage in lands with disease or strife. It's not going to matter. And then retreat. On each board, push 2 Dahan from a land with city to a land without a city. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and push that there. And shit, that's not going to... means they're not going to fight back and kill that city. But, well, that's fine. Okay. So let me go ahead and push this guy in here. I'll push these two somewhere. Like there. Well, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay, so bad event, but that's okay. And then I go ahead and go to the invader phase. So they're going to ravage in sands and get a couple ravages going down here. Still going to have a healthy island though. I get one here, one here, one here, which does not cascade because this land is isolated. And then they're going to build in mountains. So build here, here, and here. Use that. And then they're going to migrate. So board land order. So this one's first. I'll have it pull. Well, it has to pull this one. This one has to pull from here. This one, I'll have it pull out of that wetland. And this one, I'll have it pull out of the jungle. And then explore in sands with the escalation. So here, no, here, and they don't explore here because it's isolated. Okay, and then the escalation is seek prime territory. After exploring on each board with 4 or fewer blight, which is both, add 1 town to a land without towns or blight. And then on each board with 2 or fewer, which is just this board, do so again. So I do get 1 on board E and 2 on board F. So board E, I'll go ahead and do there. Board F, there. Okay. And then Rain of Ash, 2 fear if invaders are present, and push 2 Dahan and 2 towns or explorers to lands without your presence. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see, I think I'm okay with the towns up there because I can actually destroy those, or at least one of them. I should have used lava flows somewhere else, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and use Rain of Ash right here. I'll push those 2. And it's not up to, I do have to push 2, so I'll push these 2 guys over here. Alright, and then I have Powered by the Furnace of the Earth. I do have 3 fire, so I can gain a power card, and it cost me 2, so I'm just going to gain a minor, I think. Might be okay for a major. Yeah, let's gain. I realize again that cheated once more. Because I only had 2 card plays on Volcano Looming High this turn, so I wouldn't have been able to do both of these. I can fix that. We'll keep this game going. Lots of rules mistakes in this one. I apologize, guys. Maybe I won't even throw this one up. So for that, I'm going to take one of these presents off, put it back on my board. It would have been from this, and I would have gained a power card from that, which would have been a minor, and 2 more energy. So I'll give myself those 2 energy now. And really no good ones. Actually, Scour the Land's not bad, so I think I'll take Scour the Land. Okay, so doing that, and now I can go ahead and pay 2 for gaining a major. So I think we're all kosher once again. Hopefully, we'll see. Should have picked simpler spirits, maybe. Okay, so I've got Utter Curse of Dread and Bone. Gonna be pretty good with all the blight that's on the board. Adding Badlands is nice, so that's good. Poisoned Land, it's alright. Pyroclastic Flow, though, probably the way to go, just because it'll be easier for me to hit the kicker. It's got great elements, so I think I will take that one. And I'll forget from my discard Land of Haunt and Embers. Haunts and Embers. Okay. Should be good. So now I'll go ahead and discard cards, and then go back to growth. Okay. And I realized as well I was going to be keeping track of my growth traces with markers here, so I'm going to start doing that since I haven't been so far. It's something that was suggested to me by a YouTube commenter, so thank you for that. And I'll go ahead and do that from now on. So with Volcano Looming High, I'm going to want to do an eruption this turn just to try to kill all of those. Unfortunately, the towns both have 4 health, which is going to be tough. So might have to do something weird to try to get that to work. So let's go bottom track. I will do a double growth. For real this time. Now I do actually have 2 card plays. I'm going to get 2 energy just from presence, so I have 6. I might have to do a Pyroclastic Bombardment in my own land, which is weird. I don't like having to do that, but these resilient towns are annoying. So how much damage will I do with an eruption right now? So in one land within 1 range, X damage, where X is the number of presence destroyed, I can do 4 damage, destroy 4 presence, so it's not enough to kill both towns. But if I do Pyroclastic Bombardment there first, then I would be able to. So Pyroclastic Bombardment is good. Scour the Land, also going to be pretty good, because I can destroy those. This is going to cascade anyway, so I may as well scour that land and just kill 2 towns for it. So I think that's going to be the play. Although it's slow, so not as good. So I might do that in here. Maybe fast if you have 3 air. Unfortunately, I don't. I'm so close to hitting all these kickers. I just need this air to be unlocked. It would have helped if I had actually done that double growth last turn. I've messed up a lot this game. Might have to just redo it, but we'll see how it goes. I could probably just give up a Ravage here. I think that's okay. And then maybe do a Volcanic Eruption next turn and it'd be easier to kill everything. Losing 1 presence isn't a big deal. So I think I'm fine with that. Let's see, they're going to build another city in there anyway. And both coastal ones are basically the same. One just has Badlands and the other does not. Unfortunately, I don't have the kicker for Pyroclastic Flow just yet. Lots of issues. Okay. Well, I'll save Scour the Land. And I'll go Pyroclastic Bombardment, as well as Pyroclastic Flow. A lot of pyroclasms happening right now. Yeah, that's fine-ish. We'll see how that does. And then I'm going to have to reclaim next turn, probably. Maybe not. Okay. And then with Finders of Paths Unseen, what do I want to do with him? The nice thing is the isolates will keep cascades from happening eventually, and that's going to be pretty important. So I might need to keep a cascade from happening up in land 4. Don't know what that was. And then if I do that, I'll be able to scour the land there, so that's actually okay. So maybe I'll change this to Scour the Land rather than Pyroclastic Flow. Okay, so I need to have an Isolate up. That's going to be very important. I'll have 5-Blade on here, so that'll stop escalations on this land. I will be in a Blighted Island, but I think that's okay. And I'll probably do Paths Tied to Nature and a circuitous and wending journey. So to that end, I do need an Earth in order to hit this Isolate. So to get to that Earth, I want to place a presence from here. I'd like 2 card plays. I don't need... No, I do need 2 card plays. So let's add a presence at range 1. Which is fine. Okay. And I'll go ahead and add that presence over here. Let's see, they're going to build there. Maybe I want to stop that build again. Push up to half of invaders rounded down. Okay. Push up to 1 invader. Okay, cool. Alright, so I'm going to have 2 energy here, plus 1 card play this turn, and I think I'm good to go. We'll see. Alright, so it should be all good. Let's go ahead and change this out from Pyroclastic Flow to Scour the Land. That's fine. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do, with Finder Paths Unseen, I'm going to close the ways on this land to isolate it. That's the only isolate I have this turn. Then I'm going to lay paths that they cannot help but walk to push up to 1 invader from this land here. That's going to get pushed. I can actually push it far away. Let's go ahead and push that, making these two adjacent because they're both my lands. I'll go ahead and push that over here. So then I can keep that from building, so that'll be good. Then the other towers are slow. So next I have Pyroclastic Bombardment. I don't think I want to do an Explosive Eruption yet. I'm just going to let this land blight. That'll be fine. And then I'm going to do Pyroclastic Bombardment here. So that'll do 1 damage to each of these towns and cities. And then 1 damage, so I can at least kill one of the towns. It's me one fear away from my first fear card. It's going slow, not going well so far, but we'll see what happens. So those are my fast powers, and then I'm gonna go to Hardworking Settlers. I guess I could do a small eruption. I only need to do 2 damage in that land. Yeah, let's do it. I'll do a small eruption, 2, and destroy both of these. That gets me 3 fear and a fear card. Gonna be important. So Hardworking Settlers. The latest round of settlers are regrettably diligent, focused, and curious. I may act cautiously in the background. On each board, push up to Dahan, add 1 town to a land without towns, and immediately ravage in the land with the most invaders that matches a Ravage card. Okay. Or I can create unnerving distractions at the cost of piquing their interest. Ravage cards skip up to 1 matching land on each board. And then 1 fear per player. Remove the bottommost stage 2 and stage 3 cards in the invader deck from the game. I think I'm fine with that. Game's not going to last that long, so I'll remove those cards. One fear per player. And I skip 1 matching land on each board, which is fine. Okay. And then Beast Prey on the injured. This turn, Beast counters Badlands. Cool. On each board, destroy a damaged invader and land with beasts. Don't exist. There's a lot of noises coming from behind me. I don't know what's going on. And then Terror level 1, Fear card, Quarantine, and Explore does not affect coastal lands. That'll be good if I get the Coastal Explorer as my first, or as my next stage 2 card. Okay. So now I go into the Ravage. They're going to Ravage here, destroy this presence, which is fine. That gets me to a Blighted Island. Tipping point, and I lose. I'm not playing with that garbage. Not tipping point with Volcano. So let's change to a different fear card, or a different blight card. And I instead get Unnatural Proliferation. Immediately, each spirit adds one presence to a land with their presence. On each board, add 1 Dahan to a land with Dahan, and add 2 cities to the land with the fewest towns or cities. Minimum 1. Interesting. I don't know that I've actually gotten this one before, despite having Jagged Earth for a while. So that's way more interesting than fucking Tipping Point, which would have just lost the game. So I'm not dealing with that. So each spirit adds 1 presence to a land with their presence. That is good. Let's go for the air. Well, how much earth do I have? I have 3 earth. So I'm already going to be able to add 1 of my destroyed presents, so that's fine. So let's add that here. Add Dahan to the land with the fewest Dahan. Or, excuse me, add Dahan to a land with Dahan. That makes way more sense. I'll go ahead and add that in here. There. I'll just go for the +1 card play. And 2 cities to the land with the fewest towns or cities, minimum of 1. So on this board, that's going to be here, which is fine. It's next to my Volcano. And here, I we'll put it next to the volcano as well. And then 3 blight per player. Alright. They're also going to blight up here. Does not cascade because of the isolate. Maybe I should have let it cascade so they would only have so they'd have 5 blight on the board. It's fine. And then down here, they're going to go ahead and blight here. It's an ugly board, but you know, kind of have to do that to play against Habsburgs. And then build in sands. So let's do that. And unfortunately, I had that. Oh no, I'm still good with that, I think. I can still keep that up. So no builds there. Shifts over. Board land order in terms of migration. So here, they're going to migrate from that to that. This one has no towns to pull, so that's fine. This one is next. I'll pull from... I want to keep those guys in the volcano, so I'll pull from here. And then this guy can pull from here. And then explore in wetlands. So explore does not affect coastal lands. Unfortunately, there's only 1 coastal wetland. So the other wetlands will all get explorers. And then the escalation does not happen on this board because it's got 5 blight. This one, unfortunately, only has 4. Should have just let it cascade. So they will add a town to a land without towns that does not have blight either. So I'll just throw it in there. Weird to see inland cities as against Habsburgs. Doesn't happen often. Alrighty. So let's see what I can do with this mess. So I was gonna scour that land. I could scour this one instead. That'll cascade. It's probably, I don't know that I'll be able to stop that city from doing what it's doing anyway, so I might just let that go and eat a big ravage. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to use Scour the Land up here. Destroys everything in this land. Gets me 2 fear. Adds a blight, and that land is isolated, so it does not cascade. Now I can take that away. Okay. Now I've got a decent number of blights on the board. Okay, so that was slow. I also have Powered by the Furnace of the Earth. I can add one of my destroyed presence, range 0. I don't have the energy for... Do I really not? How did I not have energy? I don't know. I've screwed up this game a lot anyway, so... but apparently I don't have energy. That's fine, I won't gain a power card. So that's that. And then I have Paths Tied by Nature and a Circuitous and Winding Journey. Wending Journey, not Winding. I don't know if that's a typo. Winding Journey seems to make more sense to me. So first I can move up to 2 invaders, Dahan, Presence, or Beast to a land within 2 that's the same terrain. I'm probably just going to let this thing go. Yeah. So let's just move these guys over here. And that'll be a terrible ravage, but it's fine. It'll be spicy for a future turn. Okay. And then I've got Circuitous and Wending Journey. So push up to half, round up of invaders from target land. Do likewise for towns, or for Dahan, Presence, and Beasts. So I'll go ahead and do that. Let's see, that one's 0 range. So I could have done Now let's see, let me take those guys back. Yeah, I'll use the circuitous and winding journey here instead, and push those guys. Let's see, where's a good place? Somewhere with blight? Not here though. Yeah, I don't have any other blighted places. So let's do it over here. And then paths tied by nature, so now I can move up to 2, so I'll use that one here. And put these over here. So at least I won't have like a million cascades happening. Okay, so those are my slow powers. Now I'll go ahead and discard. And I don't need to reclaim. I could just gain 1. I don't have the fire, so I'd have to rely on getting a fire from a power card, which is risky. I'll just reclaim. It's not bad. Actually, maybe I won't, because I can get fire from here, but then I won't have the earth. Oof, 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 oof. I need 3 earth. The odds that I get a card with fire are pretty high. So let's add 1 presence in here and gain a power card. I'm going to gain a major since I'm getting 2 energy from this. No, I'm getting a minor because I don't have a lot of energy, probably because I messed up again and cost myself some. But all I need is a minor with fire. And I have 1. It's actually a very good one. So I got Rights of the Land's Rejection. Invaders do not build and target this turn. 1 fear per town or city, or 1 fear per Dahan, whichever is less. Or push up to 3 Dahan from target land. So that's pretty good. Yeah, so that got me my fire. That's fine. So I will go ahead and play these 2 cards. Actually, I got me an earth as well. I'm at 4, 4, and 3. Okay. Go for a big eruption. Somewhere. Probably here. Don't have the kicker for that just yet, so I don't get the extra 4 damage. The 2 damage might be okay. Let's see. No, it won't be enough. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. Oh, I have to target. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. So that's done. With Finder, let's see. I have 1 card left, and it's not really a great one. So I can go for a reclaim. I've got 2 card plays, 2 energy. I'll have 5 energy, actually. So I'll reclaim. I can ignore range this turn, which is pretty cool, and I'll have 5 energy. So I might go for a major. So major, Voice of Command. Let's see, that's pretty good. Volcanic Eruption. Alright. Terrifying Nightmares is not bad. And Dissolve the Bonds of Kinship. Okay. I think I like Terrifying Nightmares. I'll be able to deal with one of the wetlands that builds up next turn with that. So that's fine. And I think I'll just forget Traveler's Boon. It's just not going to be useful in this particular game. So I'll save Terrifying Nightmares for next turn, get my 2 energy. And I think I would like to try to isolate this if I can so it doesn't cascade. Maybe a cascade's alright, I don't know. It's weird playing against Habsburg at level 4. But I only have 3 blight on the blight card, so maybe I don't want to let that cascade. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and make sure that I can isolate that land. If I can get a double isolate and isolate one of these, that'd be good too, but I don't think that matters as much. Okay. So let's see, for Passage Between Worlds, I don't need to do that. Don't need aid from the Spirit Speakers. Ways of Shore and Heartland's probably not going to be too useful. Actually, it might be. That might be okay. Because then I'll be able to stop both of these next turn. So let's go with Ways of Shore and Heartland. That by itself gives me Close the Ways. I would like to get Lay Paths They Cannot Help But Walk as well. So I'll probably go ahead and do Paths Tied by Nature. Okay, that just cost me 1, so now I go to Fast Powers. Fast Powers, let's see what the hell I'm doing here. So let's go ahead and do Pyroclastic Flow in this land. I'll just do 2 damage to the city, kill all the explorers. And that's that. Not great. It will be better next turn when I have the kicker, or in future turns. Then I have the Rights of Lands Rejection. So I can go ahead and use that here. Or do I want to do it for the Fear? I'm 2 fear away from Terra level. From a fear card, so let's do it for the fear. I'll just do it right here. So it's 2 fear per the cities. Gets me a fear card. And then I'll do an explosive eruption, destroying 4 of my presence here. Which is going to be enough to kill everything in this land because of the Badlands. So that's 2 more fear. And then I do it in this land here. So I'm doing 4 damage. So I need 1 for the city, 2, and I leave all of those guys, unfortunately. Maybe I shouldn't have killed the city. If I redistribute the damage, because that'll be 1. Let's see. So total with the eruption and pyroclastic flow, I'm doing 6 damage there. I should probably just kill 3 towns. And that'll keep it from doing 8 or more damage in that ravage, which is fine. So that's another 3 fear. And then it was a level 2 explosive eruption. I destroyed 4 presence, so I get 4 more fear. And that gets me a 2nd fear card, and almost Terra level 2, so close. Not really that close, but it's 1 card away. Alrighty, so that was that. And then I've got Finders, this nonsense, Close the Ways. Which one do I want to isolate this turn? I wanted to isolate this one, so it doesn't cascade. And I won't be able to pull towns from it, which is cool. So that's that. then I can lay paths that they cannot help but walk. Let's see, push up to half of invaders from target land, do likewise for presence, Dahan and beasts. And also push 1. Do I want to get those towns in here so I can potentially destroy them? I think I do, so let's go ahead and move these guys. I can do 2 of these, and that'll be that. Or I can do this guy just to keep them from building. Maybe that's better. Yeah, that might be better. Stop and builds is good. I'll go ahead and push this guy here instead. Okay, that's fine. So now I go to an event. I'm in stage 2 and 3, so fortification. After advancing invader cards, invaders build in one terrain not shown under any invader action. And then beast attack. Each beast deals 2 damage or remove any that destroys a town or city. That's pretty good. That'll stop migration and build there. And then coming of age, on each board add 1 Dahan to a mountain or sands with Dahan. There's only 1 on this board, and on this one there are none. So that's pretty good. That will stop a couple builds, and actually I'll have like a turn of relief where I don't have to worry about ravages at all, which is nice. So let's go ahead and get to the invader phase. They're gonna ravage, of course. 1 damage here, it's not enough to blight the land. 7 damage. Oh shit, I meant to push this guy somewhere where they're not going to do 8 or more damage. Sorry guys, lots of mistakes this game. They will ravage in here, doing 7 damage, and it will not cascade thanks to the isolate. And that's it. This one's empty, that one's empty. This one's only doing 1 damage. Build in wetlands. Empty, empty, empty. Not empty, so they will build a town there. And then explore coastal. All this work to get all of these blade up, and they just ignore that. So explore in coastal, which is not great. If it was anything else, I would have been fine, but that's gonna hurt. Okay. I forgot my fear cards because I'm all over the place this game, so before any of that happened, they would have fled from dangerous land, push 1 explorer or town from a land with stuff. Let's see, so those guys wouldn't have been there. I don't think I could have done that on this board. I couldn't have either. So that was pointless. Well, I could have pushed this guy. I would have done him into the mountain. And then belief takes root is just defend, wouldn't have mattered. So it's all good, no big mistakes. Now I go to slow powers. And they would have migrated there, but no migrations to the others, which is nice. Alright. So let's see what I can do. I do have 3 fire, but I have no energy, but I have 3 earth, so I can add a destroyed presence in here. I don't have 5 fire yet. This game's gone very poorly. Okay. Alright, so that was slows for Volcano. Slows for Finder. I've got Ways of Shore and Heartland and Paths Tied by Nature. So I can do Ways of Shore and Heartland here somewhere. So I'll push these two guys to a land that is also coastal or inland, which this one is. I don't want to get him next to the mountain. I want to get him next to the mountain. Okay, and then Paths Tied by Nature. Move up to 2 invaders, Dahan, Presence, or Beasts to a land within 2 range that has the same terrain. So again, I can move these guys over here and stack up there. And maybe if I can get something that moves Blight, that would be really nice. And get something in there, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get something that will destroy all towns. Okay. So those were my cards. So I fling stuff around. I've got 2 Blight left on the Blight card. And I'm back to growth. I'm going to reclaim with Volcano. Which gets me 3 energy and a power card. I guess I'll get a major, or yeah, I'll have 5 energy. I'll get a major. Unleash a torrent of one's own essence, grant hatred a ravenous form. All terrible cards. Tsunami's good. Well, that might be pretty nice. And then cast down into the briny deep, obviously very good. Destroy all invaders is probably even better than Tsunami, but I won't have the energy for that one. At least not this turn. Let's go for it. I'll go for cast down into the briny deep. And I'll just forget Scour the Land. Alrighty, so that's that. Let's go ahead and figure out what cards I'm going to do now. So I will get 2 energy from Presence. I don't have to worry about any Ravages this turn, which is nice. So I just have to worry about everything else. If I can get the kicker for Pyroclastic Flow, I would be able to kill everything here, which would be fantastic. So let's move towards that. I just need to play 1 card that has air, which is easy. Rain of Ash. I don't have the extra range because I only have 2 presence in that mountain, but that's okay. So do that. It's not going to be enough to kill that. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. So I'm playing Pyroclastic Flow and Rain of Ash. All my energy. Actually, I'll get the extra range when I have Powered by the Furnace of the Earth. So yeah, it's good. It's all good. All gonna work out. Yeah, I know, Percy. It's very rough. Now I can do Finder and figure out what in the world I'm gonna do with Finder. Terrifying Nightmares is interesting this turn, but I don't think it's too useful. So let's see if I can push some of these cities out, because if I don't, I'm in trouble. So Circuitous and Winding Journey is good. do that with that land. Okay. So I want to add a presence, probably at any range, just to get the 2 energy, and getting an air would be nice. Actually, I don't need the air. All of my cards have air, so that's fine. If I get the +2 energy, that'd be good. And go for another major next turn. Alright, so let's add a presence to any land. There. Percy, you're crazy. I get 2 energy for that. I'm gonna get 4 energy just for growth. Need to deal with these cities. I can move that city next turn, so that's okay. I really should have gotten a presence into this mountain to try to pull stuff in there. I've messed up a lot this game, so okay. So let's do aid from the spirit speakers. And a circuitous and wending journey. Okay, and let's see what happens. So, fast powers. Let me go ahead and push 2 of these guys into a land with Dahan within 2 range. Let's just keep stacking up here, and maybe I'll get something that will destroy everything in that land eventually. Next, I will go ahead and close the ways. I have none of that, really. Yeah, well, bad card management on my part, so I cannot close the ways. But I can go ahead and lay paths that I cannot help but walk. I'll just push this guy out of here to keep him from building. Okay, now I go to Volcano and his fast powers. I'm going to use Pyroclastic Flow with the kicker on this land here. And I guess that's fine, because I didn't need to kill everything there just yet. So it's going to do 6 damage. I'll do 6 damage. Gotta leave that, unfortunately. Well, yeah. And I add a wilds. And that's 3 fear. And actually it did an extra damage here. Because it destroyed all explorers as well. Okay, cool. That's that. If I can make this coastal, I can target it with Cast Down into the Briny Deep. I don't know that I can do that unless I get... well, we'll see. I can push a lot of those to the coast eventually, so that's fine. We'll deal with that when it actually happens. Not doing a volcanic eruption, so that's fine. Now I go to an event. I've got blight spreads. On each board, add 1 blight to a land with present or with blight. Spirit may prevent this on any and all boards by destroying 2 presents from each board to be protected. Yeah, I'm doing that. I don't want to destroy Volcano's presence, so I'll destroy 2 of Finders and 2 of Finders on this board, and that's okay. He's got enough. And then Prey on the Unwary. Each beast destroys 1 Explorer. Add 1 beast to a board without 1. Coming of Age on each board. Add 1 Dahan to a coastal land with Dahan. Here. And here. I've actually got so much Dahan on here that score-wise, at least at the end of the game, it's going to counteract all the blight that I've added. Somehow they have not been getting destroyed. And then I go to the Ravage. So they're going to Ravage in Wetlands. 1 damage here. Kills this Explorer. 1 damage here. Does nothing. Nothing, nothing. So, good. Build in Wetlands. I'll just kind of go in order. No build. Build town. Build town. Build city. No build. And then we go to the Migrate. So Migrate board land order. So land 1 first. Has to pull from here. Land 2 has nothing to pull from. Land 3 has nothing to pull from. So that's good. Stop that. Then I go here. I'll just heal that because it's not going to take any more damage. Land 1 has to pull from... let's go from there. Now land 2 has nothing to pull from, and land 3 has nothing to pull from. So it did okay in terms of managing those builds. And now they're going to explore in mountains and jungles. If I can somehow turn that jungle into a coastal land, I will be absolutely fine this game. But that seems like a tall ask. Somebody's using some yard tools outside. Okay, so that's done. Now I go to slow powers. I'm going to use regrow from powered by the furnace of the earth to add 1 of my destroyed presents back in here. Can't gain a power card, but now I can do Rain of Ash at range 2. I really should have put this somewhere else. It's messy. Okay. So let's go ahead and push these 2 guys in here. It's 2 fear. And then with Finder, I've got a circuitous and wending journey. Push up to half of invaders from target land. If I can get in here with that, that'll be pretty good when I can push them to the coast safely and then destroy them all, which is ultimately the goal. But for now, I can't. For now, I will push 2 of these guys. Over here. No, I'll just, whatever. I'll just keep stacking these guys up. It's fine. And I can do likewise for presents. So I'll move my presents in there so that I can hopefully do something grand in that land. Okay. Discarding cards. Can't afford to cast down the Briny Deep just yet, sadly. But I can get up to high energy pretty quickly. So let's go for 1 presence, adding here. Gain a power card and pull us 1 card play this turn. And gain 2 energy, more importantly. So I'll have 5 energy this turn. I sort of want to save some for future turns, so I'm just going to gain a minor. Visions of Fiery Dooms, okay. Just get some fear. Drought would be good, but I'm already kind of doing poorly in terms of light. So let's get Visions of Fiery Doom, that's fine. I have 3 card plays this turn and 5 energy. I'd like to save up for a cast down into the Briny Deep pretty soon, so let's go with right to the land's rejection. Can stop them from building a town there, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter. It's okay. So I think lava flows. I do need to kill those there. Shoot. How am I going to do that? Probably with Finder. So let's get Finder up going first and see if I can deal with that. Coastal lands. The other coastal lands, if I give up one big ravage, it's fine. I can't give up 2 because I only have 2 blight left on blight card. So to that end, I've got to add a presence. I've got 2 card plays. +1 range on everything is okay. +1 energy, +1 range is pretty good. I would like to isolate that land, which I'll be able to do. No, I won't. I won't unless I unlock any energy, in which case I will. So let's do that. And I can add a presence to any land, which is good. Let's go in there. With my any, I will add 2 energy. I've got a ton of energy right now, which is good. And I will play Terrifying Nightmares and offer Passage Between Worlds. So I'm going to deal with the coastal ravages, which is good. And what I could ultimately do is try to pull everything onto this board and then do a cast down with the kicker. I don't know that I'll be able to. We'll see what happens. This is going to be a weird ending to this game, I think. Okay. So with the coastal lands taken care of, Volcano doesn't have to worry about killing those, and I can start spreading some stuff out, then saving energy. So let's do Visions of Fiery Doom, just get some fear. It'll get me a fear card, and push me into Terror level 2 finally. It's been a long time coming. Pyroclastic Bombardment, I'm going to save. Lava Flows is pretty good. I'm going to play that. Don't have to worry about those builds. So I'll do Exaltation of Molten Stone as well for my 3 card plays. Okay. Break that up. 2 and 3. And let's see what happens with this crazy board. So, fast powers. First, Exaltation of Molten Stone. I can split 1 energy per fire that I have, which is 4. So, we each get 2 energy. Finder's got a ton. And I'll exchange some of those for 3s just to make it a little easier. With Finder, I'm going to go ahead and use, let's see, I had a plan for this. Lay paths that they cannot help but walk on this land here. Push half round down of invaders from target land. So push that city in there. And then I can push 1 invader as well, which will be that one. Okay, then I'll use Visions of Fiery Doom on this land. I have extra range because of my 3 presence there. So I'll push that and just keep stacking up into this land. It gets me 1 fear, 2 fear because of the kicker. Pushes me to Terror level 2. I've got Terrifying Nightmares as well. Didn't I have a plan for that? Let's see. Well, I can stop them from doing a big ravage there. So I'll push up to 4 of these guys. Let's push them into here. I'll deal with that land later. All about triage. That's 2 fear, and I can isolate a land as well, which is going to be this one, just to stop the cascade, which would lose me the game. And that's using my any energy just to get a water or an earth, doesn't matter which one. And I think I am done with my fast powers. So now I go to a now I go to an event. Power fades. Each spirit chooses independently to destroy 2 of their presence, forget 2 of their powers. Why did I push the city in here? I can push it in here and it's going to be easier to deal with that just because of things. Because I'm going to have to do a big eruption there anyway, so I may as well stack up a lot of health. Not that much though. Okay, so power fades. Each spirit chooses independently destroy 2 of their presence or forget 2 of their powers or take 1 from the white card and remove it from the game. Can't do that. Can probably forget some powers. I'll just forget Visions of Fiery Doom. Served me well for this 1 turn. And yeah, that was give me the kicker for that. I'll forget rights of the land's rejection as well. So 2 powers forgotten from Volcano. And with Finder, destroy 2 presence, forget 2 powers. Have that many powers to forget. I guess I can forget Terrifying Nightmares. Ooh, that should have been 4 energy. And I'll forget aid from the Spirit Speakers as well. No, I think I need that. Shoot. I'll forget Ways of Shore and Heartland. And Paths Tied by Nature. I'm actually going to keep Terrifying Nightmares because I may need that. So that's that. Okay, that's good. Power fades. Sand fever outbreak on each board. Add 1 disease to the sands or mountains with the most towns and cities. That'll be this one here. That's good. And on this board, it'll be actually here. So that's good too. And then offerings of pattern dance. Each spirit with at least 2 to hog among its lands gains 1 energy. So that's an energy for Finder. And that's that. Okay. Now I'll go to the Ravage. Ravage and Coastal. 1 damage here. Nothing. This one will blight, but not Cascade because it's isolated. This one, nothing. This one's good. This one, that guy just dies. And I'm good. I have 1 blight left on the blight card. I should probably remember the fear card again. I've kind of changed the layout here and it's throwing me off. Theological Strife. Each player adds 1 strife and a land with presence. Each spirit may pay gains 1 energy per sacred site that they have in lands with invaders. That's pretty good. I get 1 energy for Volcano. And the strife is probably not gonna matter. It's a land with presence, so I guess it has to be here. And then this one, I'll just go ahead and do it on one of these cities too. Alright, so that's Theological Strife. Build mountains and jungles. So, no build here. There is a build there. I'll keep that. No build there. There is a build there. I don't know which one's more. I think they build 2 towns because it's an inland land. Mountains, no build. And they do build a town there. And then the migrate. So this one's isolated. There's no town. It's not building here, so no migration into this land. This one's isolated. This one, nothing to migrate into there, so that's fine. This mess, nothing to migrate. This one, nothing to migrate either, so no migrations happen. Sands and mountains. This is probably the messiest board I've had in a while. I'm either going to win next turn or lose next turn, I think. It's not going to last any longer than that. Okay, slow powers. No slow powers on Finder, slow powers on Volcano. I get to add 1 presence back. I'm not going to gain a power card. I need to save the energy. So that's that. And then lava flows. Let's go ahead and have lava flow somewhere to the coast, where it will be most useful. And this next turn is going to be the big turn, so we'll see what happens. So reclaim, or not reclaim, discard. I have to reclaim now on Finder. I gain a power card for that. I've got pretty good energy, so I think I'll just gain a major. And if there's not one that I like, I'll just forget it. Hoping for tie up. Well, that's actually okay. Instruments of their own ruin. Yeah, let's go with that. I'll just forget. for passage between worlds. I may ignore range this turn. I've got 2 card plays with Finder. So let's see how much I can destroy and how much fear I can generate this turn. And that's going to be the key. So, Terrifying Nightmares is getting played. Instruments of the Ruin getting played. And that should give me some of these. Let's see. Push up to half is the one that I need, and I do have that. Okay. And then with Volcano, yeah, this turn's all about just generating enough fear to see if I can push through. Unfortunately, I can't get those cities over here. If I had, I might be in even better shape, but that's alright. We'll see what happens. With Volcano, can I get to enough energy for this? I will have 6 plus 5 is 11. Nope, I need 12 for both of these. One's slow anyway. So let's reclaim. Gets me 3 energy. Gains a power card. I'll just gain a minor. Huh. Okay. That might do it. So I've got Sky's Herald, the Return of Season. That's going to let me push a Blight. I can do that in there, but I want the Badlands anyway, so I think I'm fine. But I will take that, because it could be good on a future turn. Okay. And I will play, after I get my 3 more energy, Pyroclastic Flow and Pyroclastic Bombardment. And let's see how much I can get into this land to destroy it. I also have the option of a Volcanic Eruption, but I might have to do that somewhere else. So this is the key. So I have to get all those towns into the land here. Okay, cool. So this will be interesting. So let's go ahead and use lay paths that they cannot help but walk. I'm going to push half of invaders from target land, pushing from here. How many invaders are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 invaders. I can push 9 with this. So let's push the city with the strife on it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can push 1 more because of the 2nd level, so I'll push 1 more town over there. And then I'll use Terrifying Nightmares there. Just do fear. I'll push the other 2 towns. And 2 of the Explorers. Now I'll use Instruments of Their Own Ruin here. I just have to see how much fear I can generate this turn from destruction, and if I can't generate enough, I lose. So it's a race. Instruments of Their Own Ruin. It's going under one of these cities. And then each city with strife deals damage to other invaders in target land. So let's go ahead and do it to the... so they have 6 damage worth of stuff that's happening. Thanks to the 2 Badlands, it's going to be 8 damage from this. So I can do 2 to the city and 1 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Can't do that there. So I do have to do Pyroclastic Flow in this land, so I'll go ahead and do that next. It's going to do 6 damage because I have the kicker, and we'll add another wilds in there. Destroy all explorers, so let's do that first. And then 8 damage thanks to the Badlands, so let's go ahead and do kill the, well, I could just kill the 2 cities, which is 4 fear. Gets me a fear card. Let's see, volcanic eruption in there too. Yeah. Okay, and then Pyroclastic Bombardment over here. So that's going to do 1 damage to each of these, and it's going to kill everything. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fear. That's another fear card. And 3 more fear. And then I'll go ahead and use an Explosive Eruption, level 4, so it'd kill 4 of my presence. I'll use it on this land here, so that's going to do, it's just doing 4 damage. It's not as much as I was hoping, but it's 2 fear, and then I also have the fear from that, so that's going to be another fear card. And then because I destroyed 4 of my presence in here, I do 5 damage thanks to this. So I need 3, 4, 5. And 2 more fear. I think it's going to be just not enough. And I'm going to lose this on Blight. But that's okay. It was an interesting one. It was worth a shot here. I could have done a lot more. Yep. It's probably going to be a loss depending on these 3 fear cards, but well, let's play it out and see what happens. Okay, so event first. Numinous Crisis. The spiritual energy of the island weakens as life's connections grow ever more tattered. You can remove 1 Blight per player from the Blight card. Then if Blight card is not flipped, keep doing stuff. Or pour your strength into the island. Each spirit pays 3 energy, forgets 2 power cards, or returns 1 presence to their Blight track. And it's add 1 Blight per spirit. View the Blight card from the box. I have to do that. But it's not going to matter. And I'll just pay the 3 energy per spirit. Plagues bring fear and death. 1 fear per board with disease, which is just on that board. So 1 fear. 2 damage to Dahan and land with Blight. Oh well. And then Careful Defense. When invaders ravage, if the land has Dahan, defend 2. Okay. Next. 3 fear cards, all level 2. Didn't quite make it to 3. Each player adds 1 strife in a different land with at least 2 invaders. Okay, that's good. Then each invader takes 1 damage per Blight that it has. This land's defended 2. And each player, okay. That's from Discord. Now I have Unrest. Each player adds 1 strife to a town. And for the rest of this turn, invaders have -1 health per strife to a minimum of 1. So these all have -1 health. This one just has 1 health. I'm going to mark that because it's important. And each player adds 1 strife to a land with a town. So I'll go ahead and do that one in here as well. I might not lose. And then I get defend 2 in all lands. Okay, let's see what happens. This is going to be interesting. All right, so it's ravaging in mountains and jungles. So ravage here, it's defended 2, so they just lose their strifes. They'll get it back, that's fine. They do ravage there. Thanks to Numinous Crisis, I don't lose because of that. Here, it's actually defended 4, because 2 from the Fear card and 2 from the event because of Dahan. So these guys all die. Here, it's defended 2, actually defended 4, and the Dahan will fight back. These guys will lose their strife first, so I won't be able to kill both, but the Han can kill that city for 2 more fear. And then this is defended 2 as well. Defend 2 in all lands. So somehow did not lose off of that ravage. I get another shot at redemption here. Build in sands and mountains. So if I can kill this city, well, they're probably gonna build more. We'll see. So they build there. Oh, this is an explore. What am I doing? I'm a mess right now. So they build there. Build 2 towns here. Build there. Build there. And build there. And build here. Shifts over, and I do migrations. So this one first. This one's isolated, so they don't migrate there. Let's see. Next, sands and mountains. So this one's actually first, but there's nothing to migrate. So then this one next, nothing to migrate. This one, nothing to migrate. So the only thing that's actually going to migrate is from here to it'd be here. And then explore in jungle and sands. Okay. So we'll explore here. Not there. Jungle and sands. Okay, and I go to slow powers, and somehow I did not lose. I don't understand how, but there we go. Numinous Crisis coming in key. Okay, so let's go ahead. I have 3 fire still, haven't gotten to 4, so I can, and I have 4 earth, but I can add one of these destroyed presence back in this land. I could gain a power card. I don't think that I want to. I want to just gain the energy, so yeah, I'm good with that. Discard. I already paid for those. Okay. Right, I'm pretty sure I paid for them. Yeah, I've got lots of energy over here on the side, so I think I did. Pretty sure I paid for those cards. I'll check the tape later, and I don't actually think it's gonna matter. This game has frazzled my brain. I need to not play Finder when I'm doing 2-handed games. Okay, so I think I'm all set. let's go ahead and see if I can take out the city and win. And I think that I do have that ability. So I'm gonna do a reclaim on Volcano. Just gain a minor. 3 energy is fine. It doesn't really matter. I'll do... Oh shit, no, because I don't have the range if I reclaim that for Pyroclastic Flow. But I can try to move that somewhere closer. It's still okay. I'm still reclaiming. Okay. Yeah. Cycles of Time and Tide. That's fine, I guess. Got my 3 energy. I'll get 3 from Presence. I need to play Pyroclastic Bombardment. Try to kill that city. And I think if I reclaim Unfinder, I can do Instruments of Their Own Ruin there. I need a Sacred Site, which I don't have. Fuck, and I may have cheated and used that last turn without a Sacred Site. Well, can't change it now. Can't take it back. So I will instead gain a power card and add a presence. Let's go with this move and air. And I'll gain a major because I'm going to have a decent amount of energy. Need something fast. That's fast. Possibly okay. Yep, let's do it. Alright, taking Insatiable Hunger of the Swarm, I'll just forget Instruments of Their Own Ruin. I get 4 energy. And I can add a presence. I do need a Sacred Site for that one, so I'm going for the move presence. I'll just throw it in there. And I have 2 Blight on the Blight card, so I can actually do this, assuming that I can isolate that land, which I can. So, easy enough. So let's just do these. It actually doesn't really matter what I play on Volcano, so I'll just do Cycles of Time and Tide just to clean up a Blight from the board. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, good. I'm to Fast Powers. Fast Powers here. I isolate this land using my any energy. Oh, and I keep saying that I'm going to mark which powers that I'm taking. There we go. Marked. Isolate this land using 2 air and 2 rock from that. Then I'm going to use Insatiable Hunger of the Swarm on this land. I add a Blight, which does not cascade thanks to Isolate. Add 2 beasts. Gather up to 2 beasts, which I don't have. Each deals 1 fear and 2 damage to invaders and 2 damage to Dahan. So 4 damage, which is enough to kill this city and one of these explorers. And it does 4 fear from killing the city, which gets me to terror level 3, and there are no cities on the board. So thanks to that, I win. So that was a game. Yeah, wow. Did I do those cards right, actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Nope, it should be 9 cards. I'm still 1 away. I'm cheating again. So instead of that, I'm going to do the 1 damage to one of these towns. And that keeps me... So I'm 6 fear away from winning, actually. So let's see how much more fear I can get. Instead of playing Cycles of Time and Tide, let me play one that will actually get me some fear. No, I can. I can do this. Okay. Keep forgetting about Finder and his abilities. So Finder, I do have a push presence. I'm going to push this one here. Okay. Problem is I only have 1 range from Pyroclastic Flow. I have 2 from Pyroclastic Bombardment, which is good. That'll get me 2 more fear, 3 fear. It's not enough. Not enough. If I could play Cast Down in the fast phase, that would be okay. Let's see, I can push Presence though. So maybe I'll be okay. Yeah, so let's... Okay, so using my Presence track, I'm going to do the push Presence into this land. Good. So I did that. That's fine. Then lay paths that they cannot help but walk. I can push 1 Presence here into this mountain. Now, I can make these 2 mountains adjacent to one another. So I'm going to go ahead and use Pyroclastic Flow from this mountain to this mountain. I have the kicker, so it does 6 damage, which is enough to kill 3 of these towns for 3 fear. That kills all of the explorers as well, and adds a wilds. I'm going to be 1 fear away, so I have to hope for an event. So I'll use Pyroclastic Bombardment here as well to kill both those remaining towns for 2 fear. I'm 1 fear away. I can't quite get there. Oh, we'll see if an event or a fear card gets me that extra fear. So I go to an event, or I could do Explosive Eruption and go for the Sacrifice Victory. So I can rely on luck from the event, or I can go from the Sacrifice Victory. I've never done a Sacrifice Victory before, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and destroy 2 of my presence in this land to kill everything here. And this gets me 2 fear, pushes me to terror level 3. So simultaneously, Volcano has no presence left on the board, but now I'm in terror level 3 and there are no cities on the map. That pushes me to a Sacrifice Victory, and I don't have to worry about the events to win the game for me, which they have not been in my favor particularly well. So that was a game. That was a mess, a beautiful mess. We'll see. If I don't have any other content, I'll put this one up, but I don't know if anybody will enjoy watching me struggle to keep track of rules throughout this entire thing as I'm worrying about Finder's nonsense. So if you did watch, I appreciate it. Thank you for putting up with me through the just slog of trying to keep everything straight this game. Like I said, my first time playing Finder in a 2-handed game, and I probably overextended myself, at least for my abilities at the moment. Especially trying to do Habsburg 4. I only just started recently doing difficulty 4 games 2-handed, and it's a lot. So that was tough. I made an enormous number of mistakes this game, not just rules mistakes, but also tactical mistakes, strategic mistakes. Feel free to comment on everything that I messed up in the comments. I'm sure it's a lot. And as I go back through this and pick up any more rules mistakes that I made and didn't correct, I will probably sigh inwardly at my foolishness. But let me go ahead and score this up. I'll see how I did. There's a lot of blight on the island. But then also there's a lot of Dahan. I think I only lost 2 throughout the entire game somehow. So that will be decent for my score. And I added a bunch. I got a lot of events to add blight. So let's see. This was... Where in the world is Finder of Paths Unseen? There we go. Finder of Paths Unseen was on board E. Okay, so adding everything up here. How many Dahan do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16 Dahan. So net gain of 4 somehow. That's cool. Especially with Volcano. Blight. 3, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 14. So did have more Dahan than Blight at least. Terror level was 3. Lands that were occupied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Almost all of them. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 23 health worth invaders. I know you all love watching me count at the end of these games. So this was like a 2-hour game. Maybe a little bit more. But it was 53 points. So slightly more than my last game. Where I had played Lure and Grinning Trickster. Somehow ended up outscoring that one. So this was a game. Just to summarize, this was Finders of Paths Unseen and Volcano Looming High against the Habsburg Monarchy, difficulty 4, or level 4, which is a difficulty 8 game. This was very messy, and I apologize for that if anybody's watching this. I made a lot of mistakes, but, you improve, you get better. I'm still very much new to two-handed games and getting better each time, I think, so that's been fun. If you like this new camera angle that I'm using here to see the board layout, let me know. If you hate it, then let me know that as well, and I'll go back to just doing straight overhead. I'm not sure which one I prefer yet. I think they both have advantages and disadvantages. Either way, thank you for watching this game. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see everyone later.